Good afternoon, everybody. Ruben again here with Blueprints for Living Ministries with day 2 of our Thanksgiving challenge. Yesterday we talked about pressure and how oftentimes God uses pressure not just to develop character within us, but to expose things that are inside of us that shouldn't be there. Well, here on day 2, we want to talk about opposition and how opposition oftentimes works in our favor if we allow it to. I think sometimes about, whether it's my kids or maybe it's somebody at work, and how when a plan is set in motion, I have an idea and I want to put it to work, but something or someone opposes me, my first reaction, maybe yours too, is to get upset because I want to have my way done and I want to get my plans done and I just want to rock it. But something or someone is opposing me. Thinking about this morning in reading my word in Matthew chapter 16, I thought about Peter. He had just declared by divine revelation that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God. And then a few verses later, when Jesus tells his disciples, hey, I've got to go and I've got to die and I've got to suffer and I've got to do these things, Peter pulls him aside and checks him. He rebukes Jesus. And, Jesus kindly but sternly rebukes him and tells him that he is speaking on behalf of Satan and not being mindful of the will of God. So here Peter had a plan to save Jesus, to spare Jesus from experiencing suffering or persecution or even death. And Christ opposed Peter's plan. Sometimes opposition doesn't necessarily mean that we're wrong, because Peter had the right intentions, right? He wanted to spare Jesus. He wanted to save Jesus. He wanted to honor his Lord. So the plan wasn't necessarily wrong. Maybe it was the way Peter went about executing said plan. Obviously, you and I both know, looking back on this side of the cross, that Jesus had to suffer. He had to die. But Peter didn't know that. And so Jesus opposed his plan. Maybe the opposition that we experience in our lives, regardless of what the situation may be, maybe the opposition is really just an opportunity for you and me to think, or rather rethink our approach, rethink the game plan that we have set up for ourselves to execute whatever it is we think we need to be doing. And again, this is a broad statement and it applies to anything in your life, but just think for a second. If the opposition that you are encountering right now is that bad, it's that frustrating, then maybe you're not wrong about wanting to do what you want to do, but maybe you just need to rethink your game plan. Maybe your approach, maybe something is missing, and God is allowing opposition to come your way to provide you with a moment of pause, a moment to reflect and think that maybe, just maybe, something is missing in your heart, in your mind. Maybe it's an attitude. Maybe it's something that you need to just reevaluate. So again, this day 2 challenge is about understanding that opposition might be a blessing in disguise. And in that sense, I'm thankful. In that sense, you should begin to look at opposition as a blessing and be thankful to God that He is allowing certain things and certain people to oppose your plans, because maybe you just need to rethink exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it. God bless you guys. See you tomorrow on day 3.